Creations, and thank you for joining me here today. Hey Tiggy, hey CD, hey Sabaya, hey Comatose. How are all y'all doing today? Oh, let me get my tablet set up. So, story from whenever we got this tablet. It's a Tab A. I don't know what that means. So whenever we were in, I just needed like a tablet to do, like, I hoped it was the correct time to do like artwork and stuff on. And they were like, T-Mobile was having some sort of like promotion where you like get it for free or something. So I was like, free shit, I love that. And we went in, and I didn't know that it was called a Tab A. I just thought the sales associates were like being very fancy. You know how it's called like Target, instead of Target sort of stuff. So I was like, Tab A. um, yeah, no, it wasn't some inside joke that I wasn't privy to. I'm just an idiot. But that's fine. Hey, Erica. Hey, Galina. What are all y'all working on today? We go everywhere together. Ooh, I'm in top chat. Let me put it into live chat on both devices. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Kelly. Now, it's also, I don't know if my brain just isn't working the way it ought to, but I've been getting super duper overwhelmed lately. So unless you guys do the at Yvonne Williams, like when you have a question, it's a very good possibility I'm just not going to be seeing very much of chat, just because we were like super crunch mode and really need to focus. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's a great way that you can help us out, is if you do the at Yvonne Williams whenever you're talking to me. Like, I can't scroll back up in the comments to see y'all's comments and stuff, so you've got to just please be patient with me. Tara says, working on another bracelet, still being a chicken about wrapping pendants. Oh, you can do it, Tara. It can be scary, like that's normal, but you can do it. You got this. Hey, Darla, how's it going? Recovery from real life is what I'm working on. Right on. Good luck. So, we are working on, I'm doing as well as I could hope to, Comatose. I've been, not gonna lie to you, swinging like a pendulum through mood swings, knocking down all the bottles, but that's fine. So, Booty Box Brigade! Yep. So, Sunday's tutorial is actually going to be an introduction and tour of our new booty boxes, or like our rebranding of our craft kits to booty boxes, to try to ease some of the confusion and stuff with that. So, I'm pretty excited about that. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Finishing up my Grim Reaper. Very cool. So let's go ahead and get the camera flipped around, because we are working on, we have auctions like every single weekend in November, and I have like no inventory. So panic. Hey, there's my Randy bringing me coffee. Huh? Is it gonna taste like vinegar?
I don't know.
Thank you, honey.
That's up to you.
This one.
That's why I don't take advice from the internet.
Well, the internet said, but the thing is that the internet said, but my internet said, so I tried to descale the water pitcher today, and I just like dumped a bunch of vinegar in it, because I read an article last night about how to clean them, and then I forgot most of it apparently. So now everything in the kitchen smells like vinegar, and it's horrible. And Randy uses that pitcher to refill the coffee pot. So now I'm very, very worried about it just tasting like there's pickles in my coffee. Yeah. So about that. So today is going to be all about finishing up some pieces that I've been working on, sometimes almost a year ago been working on. And we need to get them actually finished, made into sellable jewelry, so that we can hopefully have a good holiday sales season. Excuse me. So these are some of the pieces. That one I'm not going to do, because I actually need to do a tutorial on that. Hey, Jenny Jacks, of course. Right on, Tara. Oh, there's super cool. We actually don't get any percentages or anything from Parawire. We aren't sponsored. And that way I can say, like, that's my choice. Because I was like, I want to be able to say whatever ridiculous dumb stuff leaks out of my face when I've been streaming for 12 hours without having to worry about like being professional. So basically, so that's why we don't do sponsorships or anything with that. We just really like Parawire as a company, and the more you all support them, the better for us, because that means that they will continue to stay in business, because I would lose my mind if Parawire weren't an option. Right? Pickled coffee. Yuck. Let me try to figure out how to use the zoom on my camera. Or just my phone. Rinse everything out with salt and baking soda. Rinse well. No more funny smells or funny flavors. Ooh, that's a good tip, CD. Ooh, hey, Diosa. Yes, so many pretties. So, we're going to be doing these guys. I really had just thought about just adding chain and calling it a day, but I think I might do some little wire wrapped beads to join the chain together. And we have 5 of those that need made into necklaces. We have these 2 here that I'd really like to do like a teardrop hanging off of and then attach it into a necklace. Or we could make some really cute matching earrings. That might be a really fun way. You know, we might do that because we don't have many fancy earrings. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Let's take a risk on this coffee and see how much like pickles it tastes. Might be my new favorite thing. There we go. Nope, not notably picklish of any sort or another. Okay, so we do have, I'm going to start by trying to assemble beads. So, we have a lot of labradorite. We have these 3 purple. Can all use the same color of beads. This one can, actually I'll probably do beads that match the teardrop. So then all of these guys would be using the same color of beads. And then I just need like 2. I'm wondering. I kind of want to do a poll, but I'll just ask Randy. Hey, Randy. These moonstone starflowers, should I do them as 1 pair of earrings or as 2 necklaces?
This is for the auction?
Yeah.
They would be really big earrings.
They would be. But we don't really have any, like, fancy pairs of earrings.
Okay.
But also, we could use more necklaces.
I say do them as pendants.
Okay. Oh, where we just thread a chain on it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's way easier. We'll do that. Okay.
You want me to weave some chain out?
I mean, you don't got it today. Ooh. Because I kind of like...
That's bigger than a quarter. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll just have it hang as, like, I'll attach one of those Celtic knot bales to it. Because they don't work as...
It is really light, though.
They are very light with the aluminum.
I don't know. Up to you.
Would you be willing to construct a pole? Or are you going to wreak havoc? Okay. We'll just go with 2 pendants. Right on, Sabea. They are not very heavy at all, Tara. Ooh, Tracy says do beads all the way up for the necklaces. Love learning from your YouTube channel all the way from Canada. Right on, Tracy. We're definitely going to be doing that, I think, for these 2 necklaces. This one, we just have some gears, so I just need to attach the chain for that. And then, so let me gonna go ahead and see if the camera decides to, like, if we lose the stream, we will always be back. Oh, there's my same dog. Whoop. What's up, buddy? I love you. He's like, I know. So, I mean, this is my little stash over here. Let's go get some stuff. So, I'm looking for the chain. And I have some really nice, like, dark silver that I think will be perfect. And it's on a broken spool, so that'll be really nice. I'm going to set that there. We have, what did we need? Some really cute little ones right here. And then, ooh, those are cute too. Ooh, those ones look nice though. It always feels like shopping when I'm in here going through my beads. Which I busted the crap out of my elbow today. Like, bludgeoned it. And then I have, ooh, there's some labradorite and smoky quartz that I think I'll be using. And those two. Oh, those are pretty as well. And I will show these to y'all in just a minute. I'm not just being like, hey, you can't see. Okay. Well, that should be a decent enough of a start. And then I'm getting an empty canister for on top. Okay, so we have our beads, we have our chain. That should be enough to get started a little bit. Oh no, I flipped it around. Yeah. We go everywhere together. What am I looking for? Labradorite. Okay, I'm doing a bit more rummaging, y'all, and then I'll be right back over. What in the heck did I do with it? Maybe it's in here. I completely lost my dang mind, Randy. Well, I had like, maybe they're in here? No. I had those strands of the 10 millimeter labradorite.
Yeah.
And now I cannot find them. Because I had put them away so that they'd be where they go. And now they're gone forever. You know, as I do. Because remember they were hanging.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I put them in there.
Did you?
I don't know.
How's your pole doing?
You made a poll? It hasn't showed me any polls. Ooh. Oh my goodness, it's good coffee.
There it is. Necklace is just barely winning.
Right on. Okay. Oh no. And then my bead drawer. Oh, it's falling off my desk. There we go. Well, did I put them in here? Beads. Beads? Where you go, beads? Son of a bisquick. Okay, I don't know where they went. So, we're here. And these are the...
They were in a tray. You transferred them to a tray.
Like, with the lid and... Like a regular old bead tray?
Yes. Because I was trying to shuffle stuff around to get you a tray that closes.
You know, and that's what I thought. Is this it? Well, I found some amethyst. Is that what was on the thing? Was amethyst? And I'm just remembering wrong?
I don't know.
That's as good a possibility as anything. Okay, well when we get there, I'll go rummaging again.
Alright, it's been 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Since I...
Call it.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like necklace.
All right. Poll says necklace, so we'll do necklace. So I'm going to scooch these guys off to the side. You know, I didn't even find the thing I was... I'm going to start with the easiest ones. So... You know, I can do this over here. I am going to go rummaging through some bead trays. Oh, I love these guys. We should make like a bunch of earrings and stuff too. Now, the only thing is with these guys, like I wish the faces were lined up with the bead holes. Hang as an earring like this, and then all your faces are just sideways. Oh, I love these little pumpkins. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some, and we've got some little clock faces. Okay, this tray doesn't have what I was looking for, but we can just oogle and ogle the beads together. Oh, I'm gonna make them. I'll just sit it on the ground. You know, for a long time, my logic was if it's on the ground, it can't fall any farther. But it can be stepped on and flipped over. Here they are. We've got some just little bales that have like a little Celtic knot on them. I really want to go through and like reorganize all of my stuff. Like all of my beads and all of my metal components and different things like that. Because I feel like, you know, if I could have all of my bead caps in one place, like these guys. I stinking love these little pine cones. Love them. But, I don't know. I feel like I need to do a little shuffle. And I even love these little suns. Okay. So, we have our bales. And we have our woven chainmail. And I'm going to try to find my pliers. Hey, Itsy Bitsy, how's it going? Thank you for using the @ That really helps me to see when y'all are talking to me. Oh, was it precarious? I mean, I moved the coffee mug. It's fine. I live on the edge, literally. Hey, Christina, how's it going? Oh, that's good stuff. And it's just cold enough. Today was the first day that I've been able to sit out and have coffee with my chickens, because they are basically my social life, without feeding the mosquitoes. It was really cool. So I'm just going to open up this tip here, like this ring, and then give it a close. I want to zoom in just a little bit so that y'all can see what's up. Hopefully, oh my gosh, that's the same as how it was. Oh, there we go. And so that will be strung up on a chain. And there we go. And I really like doing stuff like this because sometimes you want a big ornate fancy piece, but you have to charge a bit more for those ones. And sometimes I just want something that's a taste of a more ornate piece, but at a fraction of the price. And that is stuff like these guys here. One of us, gobble gobble, one of us. Oh, so whenever it's cold like this, hot coffee, hot drink, hits different. Okay, so now we're going to tackle the next um, couple. 5. The next few, I guess, necklaces that are all sister pieces. So they were made in very similar ways. Because whenever Randy and I are sitting down and doing like production work together, it's so helpful for me to just be like, because he does the chainmail on these for me. Like he sets them up and weaves them, and he does such a good job. And then I go through and I do the artsy fartsy stuff that helps turn it from just a bauble and a chainmail bezel into something that can be worn. And so I'll be like, I need this many in this ring size, and this many in this other ring size. And while we'll just, we buy rings. We used to, we made our own rings, but that was very hard on my hands, and we just kind of couldn't keep up with demand. So we buy them from the Ring Lord and from Chainmail Joe predominantly now. And so we'll just get the whole package. We'll make this many necklaces out of it. We'll make, and so sometimes if we're just doing one craft show, we want to focus on diversity of styles and designs and stuff. But whenever we were doing a lot of different craft shows and conventions and stuff, it was often our busy season was 9 weekends back to back of no downtime. Like we might get to be home for a day, 2 days maximum if it were like not as far to drive. But more often than not, we'd get home like on Monday, be home on Tuesday, start packing up to leave on Wednesday to get there on Thursday if it was a very far drive. Or if we were very lucky, we'd get home Sunday night, have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday home, and then be driving and leaving again to set up on Thursday. So not a whole lot of time to restock our booth with one of a kind, totally unique art pieces. So that's whenever we started making pieces like this, where we have a general shape in mind, that we can bulk buy the components for and make sure that we have enough of the different rings and things. Then we make the fused glass in-house. And then from there, we'll be like, okay, we'll make 10 necklaces of this style. We'll sit down and we'll make them. And then hopefully we'll have enough to sell one 9-week course. So that's just something that trying to refine the art of mass producing handmade things is very, very tricky. But it's what enabled us to, because you can come up with 10 more or less original, unique designs, but coming up with, 100 and then restocking them each week and keeping it completely creative and fresh was very, like, it felt impossible for us. So by kind of going into this mass production, that really helped us. I'll be right back. Okay, so these are necklaces are left over from that era. I just never actually completed them. Hey, Cat Eyes in Georgia. Right on. Hey, Jamie. I'm doing really well. How have you been? It feels like it's been ages. Hey, Lydia. How's it going? It's been another week already. So these are the beads that I was looking at, and I really, really liked these ones here that I feel like match these teardrops just perfect. Wow, from Nashville. Right on. Hey, Poppy. How's it going? Tara says, I'm so jealous of that life, though. Oh, man. It's, the dogs were mad at us. They were like, we don't even know you. Which I have to say, we've been really, really glad to be home during Rona and everything, because our puppies are old men now. Bye, Elijah. Have a great time. And it's been really nice to get to be home with the dogs, especially with Sam with his lumps and stuff, and Z with just being Z. It's so hard being a Z dog. Just ask him. But and for the most part, Randy and I absolutely loved being on the road. I'm gonna grab, let's see if I've got some more silver toned beads. I'll be right back again. Oh my gosh, where are they? I know you're in here. There it is. Nope. So that was something that with our bead trays, the reason I'm really feeling like we need to reorganize them is because I would kind of fill them as we had them. So like, and I was constantly expanding the types of beads that we were carrying, and we've kind of plateaued out a little bit. So I think it'd be amazing if I could have like a whole tray that was just all of my rose quartz beads, and a whole tray that's just my labradorite and labradorite, like different rounds and shapes and squares and all sorts of stuff. And like I've got like 3 trays that have our little round beads in a nonsensical order. It drives me absolutely insane. Like in my heart, I would really like to be an organized person, but the reality of it is just an absolute total crapshoot. So, um, which leads to endless frustration. So I'm going to grab, let's do the 3mm. I don't have any in a bright silver, so I'm going to have to do this kind of like oxidized dark silver, but that'll be 2 per bead. So there's 1 necklace, there's 2 necklaces. For the most part, Randy and I absolutely loved, for one, we still love running our own business and being our own boss, but the war has changed. Things are so different now. Our very first convention, it was $80 for a 6-foot table. A hotel room at the Con Hotel was $80. Now we were sleeping in our van, but that was just one of our friends had booked the Con Hotel, and that's, we remember him being like, well, it's only $80, just, you know. And we were like, dude, we don't have $80. We spent all of our money getting here. So that's a thing. But the most recent convention we had done pre-Rona, it was like to stay in the Con Hotel was close to $200 a night, and it was like $500 for the booth fee. So the way things were when we were first doing craft shows and stuff versus how they turned into, like, you know, the first time we did 9 weeks back to back, we felt like Oprah rich. We were like, oh my God, we've got our bills paid. I think we'll be able to get through the winter if we budget it right. Because typically, you know, January and February were like dead, 0 sales, 0 events, like is what we budgeted for. And so being able to survive the winter was like the dream. And there were years we were able to do that. The last year, I think it was actually 2016, was the year that we had done 9 shows back to back. And some of the shows were really good, and some of them were like, we almost covered a table. Like, it was terrible. And at the end of that 9 weeks, we had basically just hustled really hard to have the same amount in our bank as what we did at the beginning of the 9 weeks, which is like we could have saved ourselves all of that effort, time, and money and just like stayed home and eaten like frugally, and we'd have been in this like, and so it's really hard to just be swimming so hard and find out you're still in the same spot of the stream. You're no closer to surviving the winter. And it was that year that I was like, okay, let's start, we got to change something, so let's start doing YouTube. Like, you know, because at that point I had taught a couple of classes and stuff at conventions, and I really liked it. And I was like, well, maybe, you know, if somebody missed the class, I could give them a business card and be like, hey, go check out our YouTube channel and you can learn how to do it there. Thank God. Thanks whoever was looking out for me that worked out. Because that's the only. Organic says artists are not organized, or creative beads and gems are babies. Yeah, but we try to be be organized. Like, I'm trying. I'm convinced that I can change my stars. I can change the way that I am. I can do better. I can put stuff where it goes. Like, come on, Vaughn, we can do this. It's gonna take, like, a miracle, but stranger things have happened. This one is not rose quartz. All of the gems on these are fused glass, and this one actually has a really pretty, the camera does not do a good job of picking up on it, but has a really pretty, like, dichro flash in there. CD says, I've been trying to set up my sewing and craft area after my daughter went off to college. I've tried to be organized in the past and failed. I'm now determined to keep it organized. The best advice, hashtag unsolicited advice, the best advice that I can give is work towards your strengths or work towards your tendencies. If you know, like, I know that I have an inclination to build piles. This is how the backs look. Sounds like Callie caught me a mouse. And so knowing that I tend to have stuff in a pile because I want it right there next to me at all times, I really like these drawers because I can have it all right there next to me. And like my chapstick that I'll like apparently die without because I've got a chapstick at every single station in this house and I can never find it. But so again, just piles. They are my piles, but they're in drawers. They are, so it keeps most of the dog fur out. It keeps them, they could be more organized, but I'm choosing my battles. If I just can't see the pile, it helps put my brain at ease. And so it's work towards your strengths and what your needs are. So it's like if my pliers are always like floating around with no place to go, like a lot of the times as crafters, especially if you're building a business and you're constantly trying to like get more tools, more beads, more projects, like expanding, because that's, I mean, what I've been focusing on for the past like decade, it's, you can really run out of places to put things. And that's whenever pile starts to really become my nemesis, because it's like, even when I clean, we still end up with, there's still that pile with like a capital P pile that just does not have a place to go. So sometimes with things like that, that's why I actually started doing our crap boxes when it's like, I love this stuff, but it's been in a pile for 6 months and it needs to find a new home because clearly I'm not using it. So again, anything that I can turn into a business venture, I will try my darndest. But that way, because some folks love getting a bag of like, or better yet, I'll have a pile of crap and then I'll knock it over and everything will get spilled and mixed together. And I don't have the brain capacity to to deal with it. So I'm like, well, I'll just put it into a crap box, scoop the dog hairs free, and hope that somebody who enjoys sorting things will get joy from this. I'll be right back, you guys. Ooh, right on. That'll be super cool, Kelly. Would it be possible to get some of our regulars' YouTube, Etsy, Instagram names to check out their work? I don't have a database of that. You guys can like message each other and write it down. But just be very careful about giving out personal information on the internet. Like, don't just post your like, I've had folks post like their mailing addresses down in the comments of videos, and it's like, please don't do that. There are people on the internet who will literally send you like weird stuff. So don't just be giving out your email and your home address. Hey Drax's mom, how's it going? I'm not organized. I don't know how to create unless I'm surrounded by a tottering pile of mess. Right on, Aaron. Sorry. To each their own, too. It's just something that I found that used to not stress me out nearly so much, and now it's like an absolute and total mental blockade. Um, because all it takes is just spilling 1 cup of coffee, too many into one too many piles, before I'm like, okay, this is affecting my quality of life. Like, and I'm by no means a minimalist. Like, I think that's pretty apparent. But I am seeking to sort the chaos that would undo me. Hey, Beth, how's it going? Hey, Amanda. So I'm just making the little connector loops. I am using some 18 gauge in silver plated titanium with some little 3mm enameled iron beads and some 4x6 faceted crystal rondels. Oh, thank you so much, Lydia. It surely does. But Randy and I actually started our business after the, what was it, 2008 housing crash, and rough economies come and go. But if there's a crafter, there's a way. We'll make it work. Right on. And to see, that's the thing too, Itsy Bitsies. I am genuinely terrible at keeping things tidy, but whenever the need overcomes me, having a place to actually put the stuff away too keeps me sane. So that is my quest over the next, I guess, 4 years, is to figure out how to get organized. And I will, of course, be sharing that process with y'all. Judith says, I'm a quintessential Gemini. The Mr. Spock in me must have everything organized so the Robin Williams in me can do the artsy fartsy stuff. Right on. See, Randy's a Gemini, and he's very organized and tidy, and he does a very good job of tolerating my just wrecking his situation constantly. So right on, Kelly. Hey, Pro, how's it going? And so you can see, I mean, we already have the beads out. We already have the wire. It's just a little bit more work to make 5 as it is to make 1 necklace in this case. I imagine pre-recorded interviews would be the absolute best. You could add like noises and explosions in the editing. Like, that's probably why nobody ever hires me, but fun opportunity though. Everything's messy or everything's clean. Right on. It's been so long since I've done my star chart that I can't even remember. I'm going nuts. Start small, bought more stuff to make stuff. Oh my. It's the cycle. It's the circle of crafting. Watching the TV, I keep missing the chat. Oh, right on, Itsy Bitsy. That's cool. I always get the feeling that a lot of people aren't chatting because they're too busy working on stuff. So shout out to all of our lurkers. We love you. And we hope you're having a very productive day. Though, as one of my good friends tells me, you still have value even if you do nothing but sit on the couch today. So don't feel like you always have to be working to have value. Yeah, you can't really complain about that to a room full of crafters because we're all enablers. We're like, yeah, what'd she get? Did she have any coupons? Tell me about it. Like, details, man. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Bills have to be paid. Yeah, it's no fun crafting in the dark with no heat. Yeah, best to get crafting then. As the whip cracks. Right on, CD. Do you have a Celtic wiring YouTube? I do not, but CSL has actually there's a couple of tutorials. I've got one that's got a little bit of Celtic-y. If you just search Celtic wire wrapping, then that should. There are quite a few YouTubers out there who've got some pretty good tutorials of that out. Ah, gotcha, frackin'. If you tempt the chaos, it will come. Oh, no, I never intentionally avoid. I just genuinely do miss stuff. It's if anybody wants to get some experience with it, try to maintain conversation while crafting, while also reading all of the comments, while staying in frame, while somehow not farting, like ever. So it's that's my challenge to y'all. Feeling pretty bad for missing the last premiere. Oh, you're good, pro. You were there in spirit. And we talked about you enough that it was like you were there. The withdrawals. Blame the dogs for the farts. No, y'all would know if I was farting because the table would be like shaking. Children would be crying. Randy'd be coughing. The lights would start shorting in and out. Right on. CSL is really amazing, but my craft leans better in the Vaughn tutorials. Well, I'm really glad so many of y'all find our videos helpful. No. The last thing I need in an attempt to get more views is to just straight up sharp myself on live stream. Like, and my booster shot. Oh no, Diane. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. Right? How's your sense of smell doing? It's My Monster in Me, I think. I don't know. It's a song from Shrek, and Shrek and Fiona are like walking, and he makes her like a balloon out of a toad, and they're falling in love, and it's amazing. Okay, so that is our last little bead link. Ooh, oh my gosh. Right on. Well, I hope you heal up well, Pro. Hey, Moogie, how's it going? I haven't had time to do anything craft-wise. Baby girl started kindergarten. Ah! Oh, how's she doing? Does she like it? I hated school. I hated every minute of it. Like, I didn't like going. I didn't like leaving. I didn't like being there. Like, oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, I'm going. Well, we already grabbed the chain. Okay. So now the next step in our little one set of hands factory here. So I'm going to open one, hook it onto the loop. Now I'm using 18 gauge, so I'm not worried about doing wrapped loops. Of course, that is up to y'all's discretion on your own jewelry pieces. But again, I want to sell these for, I'm probably going to say 25. Randy's probably going to say 35. So honestly, we'll probably end up going at 35, but I think they'll hold up just fine with the 18 gauge not being a wrapped loop. And if ever somebody comes through the booth, because they do, and start turning their nose up at that, oh, it's not even a proper cold closure, blah, 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 then I'll be like, well, we do custom work, and I would gladly do the extra work if you don't mind paying the extra fee for fully wrapped loops. So, wow, CD says just sent my baby girl to university to become a pediatric neurosurgeon. That's amazing. Propel says, so are you going to have auctions? We are. Each weekend in November and then the first 2 weekends of December, we are going to be having auctions. We highly recommend to folks the sooner stuff gets ordered, the sooner we can make sure it actually arrives to you, because I am not betting on this year's postal system doing anything other than being an absolute dumpster fire. So, excuse me, bro. Ah, I get it. Okay. Moogie's the same. I just went back to school. Save me. You'll get through it, Moogie. Hey, Misty. How's it going? Ah, right on. It is. I'm really glad to do these live streams on Friday because it's a nice, like, I don't know, nice reason to be happy that it's Friday for me, because otherwise the days just sort of bleed together. Because for Randy and I's work week, Friday is actually like a Tuesday. Um, so.
Friday is more of our Monday.
Oh, is it?
Or Tuesday, yeah, I guess you're right.
Because Thursdays I have to.
Yeah.
have my crap together for the premiere.
I guess you're right.
Right on. Okay. Closing that link. And this would be another part that, like, when Randy and I are working together, I would make the links and then give them to him, and he would do the attachment while I'm cutting the chain. Right on, Jamie. Right on, Elijah. It surely does, Misty. Teamwork makes the dream work. But it was, gosh, we worked our hands to the bone back then. We still, don't get me wrong, we have our plate full nowadays too, but it's hard in its own ways. So, well, nice thing is though, is I'll always prefer to live the life where I get to pick my hard. You know, is it hard because we've got a boss breathing down our neck? Is it hard because money's tight? Is it hard because we're working? It was not uncommon to do 12-hour work days every single day, some days doing a 16-hour work day. So, oof. Yeah, no, I do not go in for manicures specifically because it's like, no, no, you don't understand that. I need that callus right there. Okay. Yeah, that is the nature of our live streams is they're a bit rubbish sometimes with the signal because I am just using my phone. I'm very careful to not move the phone as much as possible unless there's like, I don't know, like a cute cat or a hummingbird or something. Um but it's just the nature of it. So if you're looking for a genuine, like high quality ish tutorial, I do recommend not partaking of our live streams because they are a bit of a gamble. Oh, thank y'all. So we got that next step done. Now, we did the half Persian 3-in-1 on the base. We actually have a tutorial for this design. And then I use DevCon 2-part epoxy. It's their 5-minute epoxy. And I find that is a really great consistency for globbing up onto the back. And it's runny enough that it comes through to the, like, just enough that the stone isn't going to pop out. Like, it's good. So, um, it holds on pretty darn well. And quite frankly, those little rings hold on really well too. And so I just connect some little modified, like these were charms that we snipped the loop off of and started filing to make it nice and smooth on all the sides. And then a little briolet or faceted teardrop bead, briolet, I guess, and on a head pin. And then those little loops that we just made. And now we are going to be using, this is the absolute worst. And it hasn't happened too much, but whenever the ring lord sends a bulk spool, and it's broken and it's just a mess, you guys. Like it's, ugh, okay. Just keep crafting, just keep crafting, crafting, crafting. La, 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 la. So now, the Vaughn stress test, right? When Maddie was wee bitty, we would have her stress test our stretchy bracelets and stuff. So they'd stretch about this far before they started. This I don't know. I don't know how many feet of chain this is. You'd have to go to their website. I don't know. You'd have to go to their website. Elijah, I just work here. You can't ask like complicated questions. I don't know anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do the base length of the necklace in case people want to wear it on their noggins as well as like a circlet because this design, and I'll lie, is beautiful as a circlet. So I've measured off 8 inches. And I'm going to do 1, and lay that down. And 2. And you could use a ruler every time. I just like grabbing it, running the length of it. And 3. Then I'm just holding on with my wire snips, holding on to that link. And there's 4. Getting a bit more off the spool. 5. 6. Okay. Sometimes it's a bit of a struggle. There we go. So is it 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm just going to hold here and I'm going to recount because y'all, I'm not the best accountant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that'll be 10. Oh, I bet there's all sorts of like chain crap in my coffee now. Ah. You are crafting, Elijah. You're crafting and doing the things necessary to make the future that you want for yourself. And if that's not crafting, I don't know what is. So now we will come through and open up, boop, one end, and then whoop, thread that on. And this is their, I think, 0.6 millimeter or 22 gauge wire chain off of the ring lord. It is their enameled iron, and I love it because the 18 gauge wire fits perfectly through it. And then I'm going to open up the other side. Yes. Oh, Tracy. I thrive off of immediate gratification because I'm a giant baby. And so every time I get done with a step, it's like, ah. And then whenever I get done, like with the big goal, which is like going to be completing the entire necklace, it's an even bigger like happiness. So I get totally addicted to completing projects. Like, but breaking it down into smaller mini quests really helps, I think. Especially when it's like, we've done some projects like costumes and things that takes us about a month to complete. So it's totally necessary for me to mentally break it down into mini quests that I can get done in like sometimes hours, sometimes a couple of days. But the more you train that discipline and like resilience to like just keep going even whenever the enthusiasm's weared off, because discipline will get you way farther than motivation will. But that doesn't mean that you can't use discipline to do the things that give you that little dopamine hit so that you can garner some enthusiasm and motivation. Whew. Jamie says, do you ever paint? Not nearly as much as I would like. I absolutely adore watercolors. And I like using acrylic paints on like 3D stuff, but I haven't like, I think I could really benefit from some formal training in things like that, or just having like my hand held and guided through a classroom like structure. Right on, Lydia. We will be streaming until 7 p.m. today, and then we will be having the after party from 7:30 until around 9. And y'all know we're going to be loading the kiln again. Because it is time to choose another sheet melt. Okay, and here we are on to the last necklace. And again, if I'm going to take the time to cut the chain for one necklace, I may as well do it for a whole pile of them. And oftentimes, Randy and I would get about this far on a bunch of necklaces and then have the chain there with us at the show. And then, like, in the hotel room, when we're not setting, like, we're done setting up the booth, we're done, with we'd just be sitting there otherwise. Oftentimes, we would either be weaving some chainmail, because that's something that, as long as you have a work surface, like a book, or I would bring my lap desk with me so I could weave in the car too. Um, it just give us, we could get a couple more pieces made. Um, and it's like every little bit that we could get made. If we weren't selling, we weren't making money. So we were like, if we don't have it to sell, we get, that's so we'd look at something and be like, that's a pile of jewelry. That's, this week's groceries. That jewelry there, that's, if that sells, that covers this bill. Or if that sells, that's that new Fire Mountain Gems order that we need to place. So it would really. Oh, is he? Oh, Pro, I don't know if we're making anything for dinner. Like, actually, okay, story time. I made something called poop soup. It doesn't have any poop in it, but it looks and smells, according to Randy. Like, but they had this bag of soup mix at the store called like peasant soup. It was like Tuscan peasant soup, and I was like, I have to eat that. And because Randy was like, made with real peasants, and I was like, yes. um, real peasants. But it was abysmal. So I added some other stuff to it. Like so we had some cooked like meat that I put in there, and like a bunch more garlic because there's not enough garlic in it. And like an onion. I put an onion in it and like a couple of peppers from the garden, and that helped a lot. But it's just the worst brown color, and the texture was absolutely awful. Like it was like yellow split peas. Was the base of the soup. So then I was like, I know, to help with the texture, I'll put the emulsion blender. And then I turned on the emulsion blender, and it just turned into absolute sludge, like this brown sludge. Uh, and so that's what I've been shame eating because I'm too cheap to throw food out. And it's not the worst. Like, it's not terrible. It just has no redeeming qualities, but it is still technically food. Do what, love?
From peasants to poop, just like Mom used to make.
I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he said from peasants to poop, just like Mom used to make. Oh, was that Sabea? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Ooh, cheesy broccoli and cauliflower soup. That sounds really good. Did you add corn? I didn't, but I should. And I should leave it intact. So technically, yeah, if you leave like right now, Pro, we can feed you poop soup with. Oh, yeah, Randy says no driving, you're on pain medication. That's fair. You were wise in the ways of surviving, Randy. Okay, I gotta scooch this out of the way so that I can get my clasps. So here we have some clasps that I buy in bulk from, I think, Fire Mountain Gems. Oh, yeah. This is high quality educational content, right? Like, right? Really? So these are 28 gauge 1/8 inch saw cut stainless steel from theringlord.com. Piece to the right of the. Ooh, this is one we're going to be working on next. Which I don't know if I should have the chain come from here or if I should have the chain come from the shoulders. So, like here and here. . Base is the shoulders. She's the first to say anything, so I'll do it on the shoulders. Woo! Yvette! Right on. Ooh, I love that Misty. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I only need 5. Okay, because I'm going to grab the extender chain that I'm going to be using as well. Because I don't know about y'all, but it's been a minute since I've been able to wear a 16-inch necklace. Maybe back in high school, that before I discovered carbs and sitting all day. But okay, so now from here, I've pulled out 5 of those rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Putting a clasp onto... I tend to put my clasps on the right hand, not out of any preference by the customers, but it's easier for me, being right-handed, to put it on the displays. And I'm totally self-centered, so I'm going to do what's easier for me. But we do swap it if people, if customers want it. If they want it swapped, we'll swap it. So I'm going to do... scooch the pile towards me, and then have the finished pile across from me. Grabbing that. Hey, Lydia. No, we're still just doing their thing. The amazingly glamorous life of a professional crafter is just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I love it, though. Ah, hey, Chibi, how's it going? Did you not get our email? We send out the streaming link in an email. That way folks don't have to rely on YouTube notifications. Uh-oh, they're coming to get me. Right on, Jennifer. Ooh, right on. Cross-stitching, baking, anything artsy. Very cool. Judith says, when I was younger, we lived in the boondocks. There's little to do, so we would just hang out and do artsy-fartsy stuff. Right on. Yeah, it was kind of... I'm very glad that I grew up kind of pre-internet. Like, we had internet by the time I was in, like, middle school, but early 2000s internet, like, isn't... like, I used it for searching, like, Carl's sim guide and stuff like that. Like, there wasn't YouTube until, I think, 2005. And even then, like, I didn't know, you know, if you don't know something's on the internet, you don't know to go utilize it. Hey, Bethy, how's it going? Okay, so we just did that. I'm going to put this messy old spool of chain back over on the shelf and grab the other chain of extender. Son of a bit. It's quick. Disaster averted. I didn't actually spill it. Alright, this is it. I gotta clean up my mess before I really start making messes. You know how earlier I was like, oh, if you sit it on the floor, it can't fall any farther, but you can step in it? Well, I just stepped in it, but everything's fine. It's fine. Oh, Oh, well, hey, Chris, I am wearing an amethyst ring that I made with one of our groovy cabs. We actually have a tutorial for this design, and I absolutely love it. I've been test wearing it for like a while. It's holding up really good. Hey, Droma, we're going to be here for about another 50 minutes. And then we'll be streaming on the members only after party from 7:30 till about 9, I think. So now this on the Ring Lord is their 1 millimeter or 19 gauge enameled iron chain, and I really like it for extender chain because it's large enough that you can you can fit a clasp through it. So on the other end, the left hand side of the necklace, I'm just hooking that chain to the other chain. Oh gosh, my eyeballs are so itchy. What is happening? And just like that, that is a finished necklace. So it goes from, it would have been 16 before we added the link. So this is how I measure. We have this here. So that's 12 inches. We got to get the whole thing laying kind of flat. There we go. So that's 12. So it goes from about 19 and a half to 24 inches. And then we do bring the extender chain with us whenever we go do craft shows and conventions and things, or we keep it on here at home. That way, if somebody needs it extended further, we'll start extending on the opposite side. That way, that can bring it up to about a 28-inch necklace if we do the same amount of extender chain on the other side. Or we can just cut off or remove the chain from like here up and just remake it for if somebody wants like a 36-inch necklace or something. So we do try to be accommodating that way. But yeah, just a cute little necklace. So, and then I just take it over here and I hook it over the knob of a drawer because I'm an animal. Going to see a friend tomorrow. Be taking some of my jewelry making with me to show one of her friends. Guess who else I'll be promoting? Ah! Oh, I don't know, Jennifer. Parawire, hopefully. Cool. Oh, sorry. I do like, I guess, annoying nervous tics. So 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Oh, that would be really cool, Chibi. I've really been looking at doing the lost wax casting. Oh, that would be so cool. But one thing at a time. I'm currently trying to convince Randy it would be a good investment to get me a set of crystal singing bowls for my Monster Vlog channel so that I can do like sound bath meditations and stuff. And he's like, "Be gone, hippie." And I'm like, "No, really, it'll be a good thing." And I'm like, "No, that." So, ooh, oh, nice, different kind of wire work, bro. Right, I want to so bad, but it's like such a ridiculous like luxury investment, and I'm like, or we could be getting a ring saw, or I could, I don't know, try to like save money. Yeah, I know. I've been, well, I'm hoping that I can start like hucking merch over on the Monster Vlog and raise the funds to get it. Someone shouted you out in one of my chainmail groups today. Ah, right on, Yvette. And there's another one. Boom, done. So it saves the big rush of like, haha, done, until you just have a pile of it. Right on. Because actually, everybody who's interested in any sort of like meditation-y stuff should totally check out tomorrow's yoga segment on the Vonster vlog. Shameless self-promotion. Um, we could. What are we doing tomorrow? Oh, I just had a brain fart. I had fun singing, and then was like, "What are we? What are we promoting?" Um, I'm trying something a little bit different for day 77 of a year of yoga, and I want to see what y'all think of it. So. Sabea says, then yes, I am wearing pants. Because tomorrow is a seated yoga meditation, and I'm trying something kind of wonky and cool and different with my camera. So I don't know. Y'all have to just stop by and check it out. It's only like 10 minutes long or something. And stuff is on fire. So, you know. Where are the baby kitties? I think Callie is outside running amok. She likes to hunt mice in the chicken shed. And Ember is upstairs holding the bed down. She likes to glare at the world from the upstairs window. Sam is laying on his doggy bed over here to my right. And Z is, I think, either laying in his chair or laying on his doggy bed under the table. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. There we go. Amok, amok, amok. Yes. She like tried to knife fight me for my donut stick this morning, and then it turned out she was in cahoots with the chickens, who then took my donut stick because I was like holding it down and away from her to be like, no, Callie. And then in comes like the chickens. Ginger just like took it, and then I was like, no, my donut stick, and the other rest of the flock came running in. I really like this one because it looks black, but when the light shines through it, it's actually a bit more of a purple. It does, but it's from a few years ago, so I don't know if that's going to be helpful to you. But yeah, it's the color is black ice. It's chain spool. The 19 gauge black ice is the color, which matches Parawire's hematite toned wire. Hey, Tashers, how's it going? Right? Now, that's the thing is we did all of the time-consuming stuff off camera, so that's a thing. Okay, and now these guys, we actually have chains in our backstock that we will be stringing them up on. Like we actually make a whole tray of, I'll be right back and I'll show you guys. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. We go keep them company for a second. But you could show them the chain. You can be like, you could go and pretend to be me. Please, Andy, you can't do or not do it in the chat or something.
I'll put this here as a distraction. And I'll swap these.
Okay, so this is, oftentimes I'll get Randy set up and I'll be like, okay, I need you to make like 30 of each type of chains from these two spools. And he'll go through and he'll kind of be watching, like he likes to watch a lot of different like Let's Plays and different like D&D videos and stuff like that. So it keeps his hands busy while he's having fun. And I'm like, get back to work. And he's like, no. So we predominantly use silver chains the most, just as that seems to be a color that a lot of folks are drawn towards. I'm a huge fan of the enameled iron in the antique brass tone, and then I also use their antique copper. So I'm going to just pull out 2 chains, and I find if I don't clasp them together, they don't get as horribly tangled as if we close the chain, then it snags. So yeah, pro tip on that one. And this is the same, this little bead container is like, I don't know, 10 years old. Now the only thing though is sometimes on some of these chains, it can be difficult to fit the bail over it. Like, I mean, it technically fits, but you have to kind of like fiddle with it. So instead of fiddling with it, I'll just come through and remove the chain, add the clasp, or add the pendant on. How do you figure out inventory at tax time? Do you count everything? Since it's made, I don't know, it depends state to state. Things were different when we were in Tennessee than whenever we're in Missouri, but since it's all handmade, we just have our Christmas blowout and hopefully sell everything, and then just going to our accountant and like cry. So but it's not quite the same as whenever I worked at the Moon Willow Emporium, and they had all of this retail stuff that they had purchased with their like tax ID and everything like that. So it's I'm not a trained accountant. I took just enough accounting to know I was in over my head. Tasher says how to deal with taxes. Don't. That's not the best recommended thing, unless of course you mean go take it to your accountant and cry. Bye, Itsy Bitsy. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, that's definitely something you don't want. Used to, you know, if I were born in a different age, I'd fear wolves and the creatures that dwell in the night, and instead I live in the 21st century and fear the IRS. So there are those 2 pendants that I'm going to hang in our done pile. Hey Beth Tucker. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you were able to make it. Okay, up next we have this here. Oh, well, that's nice, Pro. Oh my god, right? That's a nice way of putting in a birthday present from the IRS. So I will be using this bead tray. It's hurting for a cleaning. Dirty toothbrush time. I actually really like using the toothbrush because it like gets everything out of the flocking. And I'm not using up a bunch of tape. Stuff like this that I might have piles, but if I can still just clean up like a bead tray or have a bead tray that's empty so that I can use it whenever I need a bead tray. There we go. There it is. So we have that. Hey honey, what's up?
No.
Am I doing good?
Yeah.
Cool. It's like so cold I have like a fever.
Yeah, you are very cold.
Can I have a blankie or some socks? Can Dobe have socks?
No.
Ah!
You'll run away again.
Eee! Give me your socks, ho. No, no, please come back. Eee! I didn't mean to call you a ho.
Get out of my pants.
Yeah. You're warm. Give me that tummy. Oh, he's got like the warmest tummy in the whole house, and my little fingies are cold. Okay. Oh, well, thanks you. Thank you, Lydia. Thanks you. Making resin earrings for my teacher because her birthday is today. Ooh, right on. Ooh, it does, Misty. Is that a blankie? Here, can I have it for my legs?
It's like a babushka.
Somebody cut a bunch of holes in my pants to make them look cool. And now my legs are cold. Oh, blankie weather for the first time this season. Oh gosh. Oh, this is why I never wear blankies in this chair. Randy, I'm stuck. Please help me. The chair's taken. Oh, I remember how I used to. Yeah, and my. Wait. Can you come help me? Is it still under the chair? No, here. I gotta be a burrito.
What are you doing?
I'm becoming the burrito. The chimichanga. Hazy. Okay.
Like that?
Yep, legs up. Whee! Okay. Thank you, Randy. Are you gonna give me my pliers back, or what are you doing? Why would you do that? Randy! Look at my confusion. What? Randy? Why would you have done this? I'm gonna have to beat you with a stick again. Almost to the edge of domestic violence. Oh, goodness. Okay. Here we go. You need some fingerless gloves so you can still craft and keep your hands warm. Oh my god, I would love, like, not the ones that go in between my fingers, but like the ones that just come up to like here and go around your thumb and then go, oh, that'd be so good. Oh no. Nosy. Ow. You're gonna burn the house down, buddy? Oh, okay, there we go. Good boy. You've got like a loose plug that they keep pushing their dog bed up against, and I'm really gonna have to move it because that will burn the house down, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Jamie. Ooh. Oh, I wish I could read a crochet pattern. Like, I can read, like, if something's entirely single stitch crochet for, like, one row. That's as far as I can get every time. Okay, so now we have these bad boys. And I'm going to set up... One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, Dashers. We actually stopped opening mail live because we got sent a couple of things that were like just wildly inappropriate. But I don't know. Like, I don't really know how to readdress that. Also, currently we are trying to like de-stash the craft room as much as possible because we're going to be doing the top secret project I talked about. Keeps fluctuating in its status of secrecy, but we're going to be rearranging the entire room of the downstairs, all 3 rooms of it. So, to downsize our stash. And then after we sorry, thinking thoughts again. After we finish renovating, we will start just shamelessly buying more crap again. Oh, right on, Jennifer. Right on, Beth. Well, I hope we can be helpful to you. So I'm doing one of these, looks to be a 6x8mm faceted rondel. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? No, we actually had a friend take a look at it, Yvette, and there's just nowhere in this house that's suitable for erecting a stripper pole without me bashing my head on something. Like we were looking at having to put it into the attic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I want 2 sets of these for each of our. Hey, Christina, how's it going? It has. Me neither, Yvette. Better than anthrax ammonites, right? Yeah, but unfortunately the sands of time shift and everything changes. But here we are. So, the type of wire that I use, son of a bisquick, for, oh no, yeah, for beading, my thingamajig gets tangled on everything. Like literally, my thingamajig. It's not an actual wire the way that you would think of like wire. It is a beading wire, bead stringing wire. I prefer the stuff that's stronger strand, but honestly, the 7 strand does decent. Like, I've had folks be like, oh my god, you use that? And it's like, yeah, and it does fine. I just double string. So, because it's the difference between paying $7 for a spool, but also I haven't placed like a Fire Mountain Gems order in what feels like a million years, so for each side of our necklace, we are doing about, what is this, 24 inches. So that'll be one side. We go everywhere together. I've been redoing everything at my place too. Right on, Juji. But I really like Fireline and Tiger Tail. But this is like an 8-year-old spool that we'd gotten at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just using up, again, not buying anything else till I've used up what I've had, or used up what I have, and the craft room's done being rearranged. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know. You don't want to string this with sterling. Well, and also you have to consider this one little wire is actually 7 strands that have been woven together into like kind of a rope. Um, and I don't think using sterling silver as the core of what you're threading through your other beads. For one, you're not even going to be able to see it. Something that might be a good idea might be to use like silk cord if you want just immense high quality, or one of the tiger tails or fire lines that have like 42 or more core wires. Okay, my thing froze. There we go. Trying to get comments to back up. Yeah. Yeah, they are. And so, but we're all kind of limited by what we've learned, and sometimes believing, you know, like I'll get caught up in my own ruts of, well, this is what I learned, what was most like high quality, etc., etc. And it keeps me from, I need to keep a more open mind about stuff like that, that what I've been using, just because it's been the best for me, doesn't mean it is the best. And so, again, just trying to, did I lose internet? Okay, well, I'm having a hard time keeping up with comments because my tablet crashed. Hey, Patio, how's it going? The quartz are from our stash. Well, these ones, no, these were beads that I think we got at like Fire Mountain Gems from their like bargain bin on their website. Okay. So from here, what we are going to do is I have our core wires cut for threading, our beading wires rather. There it goes, loading it back up, putting it into live chat. I'm going to rummage and try to find some beads, like bead caps, that I think will go really well with this. I'm looking for more of this vintage bronze tone color. And we're going to just have beaded, it might be a bit of a mullet necklace where it has beads in the front, chains in the back, but we'll see how far around we can get this to take us. And I'm going to try to do a little bit of juggling, probably not wise, but here we go. So I'm actually pulling out a bead tray to set this up top so that we can open this up. Oh, wow. That'd be super cool, Pro. So we have these guys that are a cute little, like, floral bead cap. But they stick out a little far for what I'd like. But again, if I could actually have, like, all of my bead caps, like actual and proper bead caps all in the same place, that would be a total game changer. Oh, and I've got these little gold toned. That might be nice. Like a little antique brass. Let's see if I have enough of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that would get me halfway there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With, I think we're going to have to make it to where there's 6 on each side. That way I can just use up all of the bead caps. I'm going to put those on that section of the tray. Close that. Now, where the friggin' things be for the rest? Huzzah! Okay. So, gonna bring this back down. Yeah, I do love the drape. I guess it's 49. I always say 42, but it gets me mixed up. But the 49 really does have just beautiful, beautiful drape. Okay, so there's 1, 2. There's 1, 2. Cheers, y'all. Thanks for joining us here. Oh, we will be doing, before we end the stream at 7, we will be doing a giveaway. So if y'all want to go and leave a comment on our most recent shop update, the video that came out on Monday, be sure to go do that. That way you can put your name in the hat to win one of our $10 booty boxes. Right on, Lydia. Thanks. So now I actually like to use a bit of scrap wire that is stiff just to test how things are going to look. There we go. Sometimes it can take a bit of rummaging. And with the 18 gauge wire, if the beads will fit on this, then I'll be able to fit double lengths of our beading wire through. Well, that's not quite enough, is it? Well, but we can do it like that, and that's 2 lengths of it. That'll be perfect. So if we do one of these beads, because I'd like to do some little round as well. We can try those ones. They're 4mm. I really would have liked to have done this with some 3mm, but I don't think I have any in that color. And again, I've got the 3mm in a really cute... I'll just use the bright gold, I think. We'll try it and see what we like. Okay, so we could do... Did I lose that bead? Oh, biscuits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I must have taken it off. Okay. Same, pro. All right, Aunt Tibby. Win your booty boxes. Join the brigade. Randy says, sign up for the booty boxes or we'll make you walk the plank. All right, Aunt Christina. So you got that little 3mm in gold. And then that little irregular, like maybe a size 6. This is the squeakiest darn cherry, y'all. And we oiled it recently too. I don't know why it's still... Thread that on. I don't know if I'm going to be using the 4mm, honestly. I think I'm just going to go from the glass bead to the bead cap. Right, Pro? Hey, Judy. Thank you. So yeah, I think that is going to be the repetition I do. And I'd kind of like to do maybe 5 little seed beads in between. Pro's gonna be dancing to support his crafting habit. Hey, Sandy. Do what, honey?
Is he gonna make a lonely dance?
A lonely dance? Instead of an OnlyFans? That's brutal. Okay, so let's see. More rummaging. And I can actually take y'all with me on this one. Huh?
He says, or I could try the corner.
Oh, Pro. But yeah, so those are all the necklaces that we finished up today. That's a lot of, not gonna lie, I'm happy. Okay, so we have, this is part of my problem. Because like I put so much in them that the drawers start breaking. Oof. Okay, so this is where we start in. Really need to address. This is all most... With a lonely dance? Yeah. Cast a wider net. But yeah, this tray is mostly bugle beads. This tray is mostly just a freaking nightmare. Ooh, I love this color. Love it. Won't work for what we're doing, but then, ooh, we got some big old nuggies. Rummage, rummage, rummage. Ooh, this one's mostly, I think, like mixes and like teeny tiny stuff. Those are so wee bitty. Love those colors too. Those are those duo beads. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Where the heckins? Those are dice. Is my head just in the way? I can't even tell. Oh no, a bag popped open. Ooh, I love this color too. Super tiny, like olive green. Almost perfect. So close. I will keep these in my little ravioli hand because they may be the... Ooh! Or we could do these ones. I really like those as well. Oh, my beads. I guess they're in this tray. Orthoceras. Hey, I found a bunch of other pliers. Hey, that thing. Hey, this stuff. Wow. We got a little bit of like a translucent purple. I don't think that'll go as good with what we're doing. Shiny beads. Ooh, and then we've got these guys. Maybe. I don't know if I want to do the metal tone in between or if I want to do big or little. I don't know. Let's do the metal tone because I don't really think I have any other colors that like really match this perfect. What are these cords even to? Like what are you? Why are you here? Mini USB. You don't need to find a home at the crisis center because somebody needs you, not me. Okay. So I think to keep it, like, I really want to play off of if the pendant is like, well, let's say like 3/5 metal tone. It's proportionately more metal tone than gem. So I want to try to incorporate that into the necklace. And I want to see if these guys fit. Right on, Tara. Oh my gosh, Beth, I cannot imagine having crafting limited. Even if the RV was entirely nothing but crafting, I still, oof. Okay, so those little guys don't fit on the 18 gauge, but maybe we can try it. So we can fit 2 lengths through just fine. And honestly, I think I'm really going to like that. Right? You are so right, Tara. Four and 5. So there's 5 of the little beads. And now I'm going to test and see if I'd be able to string back through. No. So close. I can fit 3, maybe. Hey, Linda. How's it going? Yep, we are making the beaded neckline to this pendant because I really, really like that. Boo and a hiss. You know what we might do is just use the thicker beads towards the end where we're gonna be like and I think to make the attachment I'm going to do a wire segment connecting here to the beading. So I'm going to grab some 20 gauge and vintage bronze for this. And that is 20 gauge round. And I'm going to pull it off of our test wire. Okay. Then I'm going to thread our 3mm, our seed bead. And see, this right here that I'm doing now was the dream. Whenever I had 5 beads, like 5 bead types, that was it. That's all I had. I would dream of, one day I'm going to have all the colors of the palette to paint with, sort of thing. You know, because unfortunately with beads, it's not like with paints that you can, or clay, where you can start with just the primary colors and kind of go from there. I just wanted to be able to make just layered, intricate, beautiful pieces with like a whole bunch of different odds and ends. And it's taken over a decade of magpie style collecting. A lot of generous gifts from y'all has gotten us here. Just really hoarding. So, and my entire basically life's work and investment of finances to get to where I had a bead collection that was my basically past Vaughn would have just lost her mind. Bethy, I think you might need to refresh. You're commenting and replying to stuff that happened about an hour ago. So again, I don't know if you can hear me until you catch up, but I just want you to know I'm not ignoring you. I'm seeing your comments. They're just a bit behind. So I've threaded both of these guys on because I'm going to be making those links, and I'm going to give myself about 3 finger widths of wire before I do a right bend. And I'm going to use my mandrel pliers so that I can stay nice and consistent. And I'm going to do the loop that attaches to the rest of the necklace first. That way, and I'm actually going to do 2 little wraps just because I think it makes it look a bit more substantial. And then 1, 2, hey Kit, how's it going? 3, oh, it is a good day for gardening, at least here. It was very, very cool, like almost chilly. Good, like sweater weather. I loved it. But yesterday, before the rain started, Randy and I got a whole mess of chamomile harvested. Are you going to make the links on those on the wire and then join them? This one is going to be attaching to the beading wire, so I'm just going to be putting the beading wire through it, I think. And then on this side, I'm actually going to be wrapping it directly onto the centerpiece. So I'm going to give myself like 4 wide fingers, however much that is. I'll measure it for you here in a sec. So it's like a little over 2.5 inches. Wait, is that ruler even? I use one that doesn't have numbers on it. It's confusing me. Almost 3 inches of wire that way. So again, coming in right here, bend, then, and you could very easily just do the 1 loop, but I really like doing 2. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and 3. I'm coming in and snip. Okay. Hey, Mandy Lou, how's it going? So now from here, we'll do another kind of wide 4 fingers snip. I'd always rather give myself just a little bit extra than to risk running out. Ah, right on, Christina. Oh, that'd be so cool. So now I'm going to wrap one of these before we go, so that y'all can see how we do that. And then I'll finish up this necklace in the after party, which is available to all of our $1 and up craft club or Happy Crafter Club members. And I'm not going to be using the smallest loop on this one. I'm actually going to be coming in like that right there. And I'm going to be going once and twice. Now, for this, we're actually going to want to open this up a little bit, kind of like opening a split ring. So that is nice and open. And then try to big brain time. How do I get it to just get in the flask? What am I doing wrong? Why isn't this? Nope. Confused Oonga Boongas. Right. We might have just needed to do just the one. How do I make it go in the thing? Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, we did it. Ah, we did it. Okay, cool. Ooh. Big brain time. So oh no. I don't know how I'm going to do that again. But yeah, it's entirely just stylistic that I wanted to do it that way. So now what we're going to do from here is I'm going to use my narrow flat nut tipped pliers, and I'm just going to hold those 2 loops, and we go like once, and then twice, and then thrice. Then I want to give that a little snip just as close as I can. And then give it some smushes so that's tucked down nicely. And then that's how one side looks. I wanted to make it big enough that there'd be a little bit of room for movement. And then whenever we thread our wire on, we'll just hold the wire closer to the end so that we'll just thread through like that and then start adding the beads. So I'm the one who sends out the after party invite, so be sure to check your email as well. We do post it over on Patreon for the folks who are supporting us over there in our digital. Because that's we do still have the digital tiers over Patreon to just to try to make it available to folks who like don't use PayPal, still want to support the channel. We just don't accept like we don't do ship Patreon because they're a bunch of butts. But it is giveaway time, you guys. Uh-oh, what did I do with my tripod? Right on. Well, I'm glad you like that, Christina. Right on, Tara. So, we are... Hey, Wendy. You ready?
Over here, yeah.
Okay, let's go bother... Hey, Mama Salty. Mama Salty. Ah, there's a table behind me. Okay. Uh-oh, I ran over my burrito skins. There we go. Okay, because I'll be damned if I stand up. I gotta scooch closer. Okay, so there's Randy.
You ready?
Yeah. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
High five. Not too hard. Marlene Lake! Congratulations, Marlene! You're a winner, winner, chicken dinner. Will you dance with me? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Alright,
She
let me back
said,
away.
love your snowflakes. You're so creative and talented. Thanks. Or love all your love all your creations. There we go. Thank you so much, Marlene. If you could send us an email to
Back to Earth Creations, yahoo.com.
Back to Earth Creations. Thank you, honey. To Back to Earth Creations. Ow, I'm stuck on the table. If you could send us an email. Wendy, will you roll me? No, I'll stand up and use my legs like a dignified human.
Legs?
I got legs. I can use them. I should use them. Actually, to me, a dignified human gets carted around everywhere like the royalty, but that'll be one day in my future. I don't want to wear out Randy pushing me around in a wheelchair till I get there. But send us an email, Marlene, to backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com with where you would like for us to ship your winnings to. Using your legs like a peasant. Sabea. But and get your winnings shipped out to you just as soon as we can. So we're gonna go. We will see y'all in the after party. So be sure to, if you want, sign up for our $1 or $5 if you want all the digital download content too. That way you can join us for the after party. We'll be crafting for at least another hour and a half. So we'll see you all there. Everybody, thank you so much for just hanging out. I've had a really good time. So until next time, y'all, happy crafting. Bye. Winner, winner, chicken